what you see is Katwe Salt Lake, famous for natural salt mining. Katwe Salt Lake is located within Queen Elizabeth National Park, about 450 kilometers from the capital Kampala, in the western arm of the Albertine Rift. Salt Lake is also an explosion crater lake which was formed as a result of volcanicity 250 million years ago. As you can see behind me is a volcanic feature known as a volcanic. These features you're seeing right now, these filled with water, this is not the main lake we've been talking about. No, these are called salt pans. Salt pans. The water in these pans is channeled from the main lake into these pans, and it is channeled through their trenches. They dig trenches leading water from the main lake into these pans. So the reasons as to why they carry water, they channel this water from the main lake into these pans is just because the water in the main lake is diluted. It is a bit dilute. So when they channel this water from the main lake into these pans, remember these pans have no inlets. They have no inlets. So with that, when water evaporates, the liquid that remains behind is too concentrated, and just because of that concentration, salt is formed in that liquid called brine. So the liquid here you're seeing here right now, this red liquid you're seeing here right now, it is called brine. It is called brine, and it is on top of this liquid, it is on top of this brine that salt is formed as a result of evaporation. So when the sun hits this brine, water evaporates, leading to formation of salt crystals on top of this. This is a concentrated solution. As I told you before, it is called brine. As you can see, there are some crystals of water formed on top of this brine. There are some crystals of water formed on top of this brine. These are crystals of water. As you can see, they are crystals of salt. Crystals of salt formed. This salt is formed as a result of evaporation. When sunlight hits this water, when it hits this brine, water evaporates, leading to formation of salt crystals on top of this brine. The reason is these crystals are less dense than water, so they float on top of this water. So after crystals forming on top of this water, the owner of the pan, the person who owns this pan, comes here to carry out sedimentation. As you people go back in your gardens and dig your gardens and cultivate and weed, so does these people. So when they come here for sedimentation, the process for sedimentation, they pour water on top of these crystals for them to sink to the bottom of these pans. As you can see, this is sedimentation. When one sediments, the crystals of salt sink to the bottom. And if I can touch down, I can prove to you that I can get some crystals of salt. So, like this one. This is a crystal of salt, as you can see. This is Katwe main lake, the hub of natural salt, as I told you before. Underground there is a rock of sodium chloride, and this lake is having inlets, no outlets. So as this water is coming in through those inlets, it passes through those rocks of sodium chloride, melting that rock of sodium chloride, bringing in some quantities of sodium chloride within that water. When that water reaches into this lake, remember this lake has no outlets. So these salt pans you're seeing right now, water is channeled from the main lake into these salt pans. When water gets into these salt pans, it gets more concentrated, just because the salt pans have no outlets and they have no inlets, they have no outlets. One of the major factors that favor salt mining here at Lake Katwe is high temperatures. This area where I'm seated right now, the area is too hot. The temperatures here are high than other places here in Kasese. And the rock salt behind me, that rock salt is mined it is mined from the main lake, just only from the main lake. And the other crystals that I showed you before, they are mined from the salt pan. It is transported by the use of rafts. The rafts are these trees that I'm seated on right now. These are the rafts. They mine this rock salt from the main lake, from deep there. So they transport it using rafts. They transport it using rafts from the main lake onto these shores. The main lake is diluted because it has inlets. So for these people to get salt, the crystals, the sodium chloride crystals I told you about, they have to channel water from the main lake into these salt pans. Because when water reaches into the salt pans, due to high temperatures in this area, water evaporates, leaving behind a more concentrated solution. When that solution is more concentrated, the salt crystals are formed on top of water in these pans. As you're seeing, these are salt crystals formed on top of water. These are the crystals of salt formed on top of this water. These crystals cannot be formed in the main lake because the main lake is diluted. It has inlets. These pans have no inlets. So that means the water within these pans is more concentrated. That's that's leading to the formation of salt crystals on top of this water. And as I told you, I call it water just because for a layman to understand. But this is brine. This water, this liquid in these pans have no sign or has no qualities of water. It has smell, it has color. So, and as you know, qualities of water must be colorless, it must be tasteless. So this is not water, this is brine, but for a layman to understand, I call it this. This is crude salt. It is also mined from the pans. As I told you, from the pans we get two types of salt. We get the other fine crystals and this crude salt. As you can see, this crude salt was harvested from this pan some time back.